Hello, Mike. Thanks for bringing down this fantastic, iconic car. What is it about this car that you love?
When I was growing up, there was two fantastic cars.
Yeah.
One was the James Bond Aston Martin, but on the television every week you'd see Sir Roger Moore's Sir Simon Templar driving a Volvo 1800.
Yeah. Now, you went out to seek this car, but your wife was involved, wasn't she? So what happened there?
Well, I've got a friend who's also got one of these, who also liked Simon Templar, and whenever we used to see him in Bournemouth, I would get him to get the car out the garage, make him just let me walk round it, sit in it, etc. And on the way home, my wife said, would you do me a favour, Mike? I said, what's that? Thinking that she might be asking for a new kitchen. But what she actually said was she was fed up with me walking around James's car, and would I go and buy one myself?
Fantastic. So you've got the
Lovely wife.
Lovely wife, which is brilliant. So then you found this one in 2011.
Yes.
Where did you get it from?
I found it actually in the sort of small lads of the Volvo Owners Club.
Right.
It actually came from Birmingham. The first owner was also Birmingham, so it didn't travel that far.
Yeah.
But then I saw it and I sort of fell in love with it as soon as I saw it, to be honest, because there's a number of quirks on this car which, shall we say, a purist wouldn't like.
Right.
But for me, I just think it's a great addition. Silly things like the electric windows.
Okay, things like that.
Yeah.
Now, is this the correct colour?
I would say most probably not. The number two owner knew somebody in the filming in Elstree who said they actually did change the colour to make it look whiter.
Oh, okay.
When it came out in the colour.
Yeah. So since you've had it, what have you had to do to the car to keep it on the road?
Precious little, to be honest. I did get the seals done on the driver's side a little while ago, and it did need doing, but I didn't have to do it. It wouldn't have been an MOT failure, but you know, I do believe I'm a custodian of this car, and therefore you need to look after it and make sure you can pass it on to the next person.
So this car was featured on Top Gear, wasn't it?
Yes.
Right.
It was the detective series.
Yeah.
And yes, through a friend of a friend, he's got the Starsky and Hutch car. Yeah. And through there, I got the invite and had the pleasure going up to Leeds Airport.
So you've got in the boot though some pretty special signatures.
Yes. I've got all of them, as in Paddy McGuinness, Freddie Flintoff and Chris Harris.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Well, listen, Mike, it's time to play detective. Let's get in this car and do a getaway, shall we?
Let's go for it.
Okay, Mike, we're going to find out how much you know about the Volvo P1800 and the famous driver of this car. Are you ready to play Mastermind?
Yes, let's go for it.
Brilliant, and you can play along at home as well. So make sure you do and find out how many you get right. So here we go, question number one. With changes in the production of the car, what happened to the colour?
When it switched to the colour version, they did change the colour of the car to make it look a little bit whiter.
Ah, okay. Why didn't it matter about the change in colour?
Because when it was filmed in black and white, the cream colour appeared more white, so it was just continuity.
Correct. And Roger Moore owned a P1800 and it was also used in the filming. True or false?
That's true.
That is correct. What was the first episode of The Saint called?
I think it's The Talented Husband.
Correct.
I'm not very good on that
That's
episodes.
Correct, that's right. Which car did the makers of the Saint ATV first approach?
Jaguar for an E-Type.
And they said, no. We're not doing it, because it was selling rather well, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Who was originally approached to star as Simon Templar?
Oh. Right, this is a tough one, but I think it is The Prisoner, as in Patrick McGowan.
Yes, I'm not a number, I'm a free man.
Indeed, so the Mini Moke would have been his car, along with the Lotus 7.
Yeah, absolutely right, okay. Which episode featured two Volvo P1800s side by side?
I think it was the Miracle Tea Party.
Correct, that's right. Which British car company originally assembled the car?
Well, when it was the 1800E, the E stand for England, and it was by Jensen.
Brilliant, well done, that is correct. Okay. In one episode of The Saint, he was seen driving a completely different car. What was it?
I think it was a Bentley or a Rolls Royce.
It was a Bentley Continental, that is correct. I've started, so I'll finish. Finally, who played the Saint in Return of the Saint?
Ian Ogilvy.
Absolutely correct. Well, Mike, you certainly know your stuff.
Thank you. I know.
And how many questions did you get right? Let us know in the comments below, and let us know what you think of the P1800 Volvo. And also a special shout out to Jason Lee, who sent me this fantastic t-shirt, which of course says subscribe. Make sure you do that and stay down the barns and watch this episode.